Okay, so let's start the class. Sorry about the late. So on today's class, I was planning to do the exercise list with you guys. I saw that some of you did it and sent it. I didn't correct it yet. I'm gonna do that later after the class. But you guys can do it while I'm explaining or correct your own lists. Okay? So, are you guys listening to me? Yes? Okay. So, any of you did the exercise list? Anyone that you are here? I guess I saw that Nieli did and sent it. Oh, okay, no problem. So the first question, you have to rewrite the sentence in the negative form, right? It's basically you have to write the not, right? The negative word between the will or going to and the verb. So the first sentence we have I will make lunch. And the negative form of the sentence is I will not, or you can use the won't. It's basically the word that combined the will and the not. So the sentence negative form is I will not make lunch or I won't make lunch. So you do that with all the other sentence. You just have to put the not. So we have will meet you at school. And the negative form I will not, sorry, will not meet you at school. And with going to, you just have to put the not before the going to. So she is going to spend her holidays in Paris. In the negative form is she is not or isn't, because now we combine the to be verb with the negative word. So she is not or she isn't going to spend her holidays in Paris. And the last sentence is they are going to travel soon. And the negative form is they are not or they aren't going to travel soon. So if you analyze the sentence, you can see that the sentence with will, we don't have the verb to be, right? We don't have the to be verb. And the sentence with going to, we see the to be verb. So in this first sentence, we don't see, right, any to be verb. We just have the subject and the will. But in the sentence with going to, we see the subject and we have the to be verb and going to. So in the negative form, we just have to add the not between the to be verb and the expression going to. So that's the difference between these two future forms, right? And here I just bring curiosity about the two words that we see here in the second sentence, right? We see we will meet you at school. I don't know if you guys had this problem, but when I was studying English, especially was that it's written similar. I had some problems of remember how to use it and how to say it. So I brought for you guys the difference between met and meet. So meet, you just have to say it like extending the letter E. So it's meet, meat. Basically, it's like you say the same word meat, the thing that you eat, like carne. Carne in English, it's right, different. It's MEAT, but it's basically sound the same. But in this case, it's meet, and it means encontrar. And the word met, you say it met, and is the past tense and the past participle of the word meet. So that's the difference between met and meet. They are the same verb, but in different conjugation, the different tense verbs. So we have the meet and we have the met. That is the past tense and past participle of meet. I just want to bring this as a matter of curiosity in grammar, right? For you guys to know if you already didn't. So the next question, you just have to underline the correct affirmative. So we have 4 sentences, and you have to choose between the will or going to, right? So this complete sentence here, there is no coffee. I will or I'm going to get some. And the correct answer is I am going to get some. The next one is my birthday will or going next month. Going to. Sorry, I forgot to write the going to here. But the correct answer is will be. So my birthday will be next month. The next sentence is I will or going to buy new clothes for my work. And the correct one is going to. So the sentence is I am going to buy new clothes for my work. And the last one, the sentence is she said she is going to or will to invite her friends. And the sentence is with going to. So she said she's going to invite her friends. So again, I brought a remembers because you guys saw it last class, basically on the recorded class on Monday, right? Talking about the forms of future, and I want to brought back the difference between will and going to, because we have to choose right here between will and going to based on situation. So we use will when we want to talk about future with certainty and for recent rap decisions. So it basically when you have to spontaneously take decisions. And when we are talking about futures that we think or believing that something will happen in the future, right? So when we believe or think something about the future. And going to is used to talk about, especially to talk about events that had been planned. So let's analyze again all the sentences here. So the first one, the person knew that there is no coffee and he was planning to get some. So it's not a spontaneous action. It's not something that he decided right at the moment. He knew that there is no coffee, so he needs to buy more. So in this case, we use the going to, right? Because it's used to events, is using the events that have been planned. The next one is the birthday. So birthday is not an action. It's not something that you do. It's something that happens to you. So the birthday will be next month. So here we believe or think there's something about the future. So we know there's something with belief that the birthday is going to happen in the future because it's going to happen. So we use the will. The birthday will be next month. The sentence. I am going to buy new clothes for work. So the person probably begins a new work and has to buy new clothes. So it's something that he planning to do. And the last one, she said she is going to invite her friends. So it's also a planned action. That's why we need to use the going to and not the will. Okay. So basically, when we use the will and going to, is you need to have this reading of the situation. We need to understand what is happening on the situation. It's not just grammarly. You don't need to just analyze the sentence grammatical. You need to understand the whole situation that's happening in the sentence. Okay. Next question. Question 3. Which of the alternatives below is not in the future? So we have five sentences, and you have to check the sentence that is not in the future. So the sentence is the letter B, because the sentence is Yoongi had a yoga class this morning. So we have the verb had, that is basically the verb in the past, the verb to have in the past. And if we read all the other sentence, like the plan arrives at 18 tomorrow. So we see that the verb tense is present, right? But we learn that the present is also a verb tense in the future based on the way that the sentence is structured. So it is a sentence in the future, especially because we have the word tomorrow. So we know that it's something that's going to happen in the future, even though we have the verb in the present, right? And the letter C, the restaurant opens at 19:30 tonight. The same thing that the first sentence. We know that the verb is in the present, but because we have the word tonight, we know that this action, this situation is going to happen in the future. So that's a sentence also in the future. Letter D, next Tuesday at 14, there is a English exam. So we also understand that the sentence is using the verb tense present, but because of the context, we know that this situation is going to happen in the future. And the last sentence, the plane leaves in 10 minutes. It's also the same thing. We know that the verbs is in the present, but regarding of the situation, we know that in 10 minutes in the future is the future, so the sentence is also in the future. So the sentence that you need to check is letter B, especially because we have the verb had and this morning, so we kind of have the situation that already happened and it's not in the future. Question 4. You have to complete the sentence using will or going to. let's see. Letter A, I will go home now. Letter B, are they going to play the song? They are going to live together. JK will buy the red hat. They told they will come here. Jean is going to have a snack for lunch. Okay, let's just analyze first this sentence. So remember when I said to you guys about the will and here, the will and the going to. So in this case, you guys just need to complete the sentence using will and going to. So you don't need to add any to be verb, whatever some. So I think that you guys could do to correct all the sentence is to analyze especially the to be verb. So I said to you guys that we don't use the will with the to be verb, right? You don't see I am will make lunch, or we are will meet you at school. We don't use the to be verb together with the will. So what you guys could do is see if the sentence has or not the to be verb. So let's analyze. So this sentence, we have the to be verb, so we use the going to. And you can just see here. You guys can see it. So all the sentence that we don't have the to be verb, it's will. That's this sentence, right? But in this case, here, see that you guys have the to be verb to choose, right? So you can't use this I don't know the word in English, macete. So vocês não podem usar esse macete nessa questão 2, por exemplo. But you guys could use on this question. So the sentence is, I will go home now. Are they going to play the song? They are going to live together. JK will buy the red hat. They told they will come here. Jean is going to have a snack for lunch. It will rain later. I will move today. They won't forgive me because in this case we have the negative form. Or you can use they will not forgive me. She's going to get upset. Jimin will reply the message. Namjoon will get crazy about it. Hobi will do the dishes. Yoongi will be working till Jin come to drive him home. But at the same time, you guys could just use the definition of will and going to choose what is the right choice, right? So if we see this sentence, especially the sentence, it will rain tomorrow. So it's not as certainty because we don't have 100% cert about the weather, but we believe or think that it will rain in the future. So when we think or believe that something is going to happen in the future, we use the will. So Jimmy will reply the message. So you think or believe that this is going to happen in the future. Namju will get crazy about it. It's something that you think or believe. Hope will do the dishes. Is the same thing. Yoongi will be working into Jin come to driving home. It's the same thing. But when you see this sentence, for instance, if you don't have the verb to be. So she get upset. You can say she will get upset. You can use she will go get upset if you don't have the to be verb here, because depends on the situation. She is going to get upset is something that you practical have the certainty that's going to happen. You have sure that you did something to this person to get upset. Or she has the same feeling, the same meaning as this other sentence. Namju will get crazy about it. It's something that you just think or believe is going to happen. You don't have the certainty of the situation, right? So, and the last, okay, that's the last one. And the last question, you just need to conjugate the verb correctly and use the correct to be verb. So this question is using the present continuous. So the present continuous is with ing, right? So what you have to do is just to use the correct to be verb and conjugate all the verbs with ing. So this first one, as we are using the he, so the to be verb is are. So are he seeing him tomorrow? Namju isn't, because we have a negative form sentence. Namju isn't or is not working next week. They are not or they aren't living into the end of next year, because we have again the negative form. We are staying with BTS when we get to Seoul. I am meeting Jin at the airport. Are you meeting your friends this evening? What time are JK arriving tomorrow? Or you can just say the sentence without this word, because it's already implying that is something that's going to happen in the future. You don't actually need a word to that, just if you want to specify when it's actually happening. So what time are JK arriving next month? What time are JK arriving tonight? And so on. We are studying English tonight. So it's basically this, the exercise list. While, like I said, I only saw 2 students that actually did and sent it. Bianca said that she did and didn't send it. So I don't know if you guys had any questions about the exercise list. If you guys have any doubt about the use of. Oh, okay. I will see it later. The exercise list you guys send it. But it's basically this. You guys have any questions about the exercise list or about the use of the any forms of future? If you guys have any questions, you tell me, because the next class I could bring I don't know more about it. I could explain more about all the forms of the future. We still have time. So if you guys want, I know that we only have 2 people in the class today. If you guys want to talk, I could just bring a topic so we can talk about it, or if you guys don't want to, because I don't like to start a conversation class out of nowhere. I like to warn you guys like I usually do. So if you guys don't have any questions, if you don't want to talk, I get it. We can just end the class now, and we can plan to another conversation class. What do you guys want to do? Nothing?
Maybe we could have a conversation, teacher.
Yes?
Maybe.
Okay, we can. I was. Um, I'm one of the founders of SIA, right? So I am in all the groups, of all the courses. So I was seeing a conversation on the group chat of the English, basic English. So I saw the students talking about books, and like I send you guys a folder, right, with books. I received some recommendations of books that I'm going to search for you guys too, like Harry Potter, Little Prince, and some of other books. So I don't know, I just got excited and I want to bring this topic to this class, and I want to know if you guys like to read, what your favorite books, if you guys, uh, for instance, basically fans of Harry Potter. I'm a fan of Harry Potter. So fans of Harry Potter are actually really deep
I never watch
fans.
or read the book, actually.
Yeah, it's
Never.
really hard to find someone that didn't even watch the movies. I know some people that didn't watch any of the movies or read any of the books, but most of people already did. But what you like to read? You like to read books or don't?
I I used to like to read a lot, but lately I've not been. I maybe in the past year, maybe 2020, I stopped reading that much. So I don't, and I never have ever been a person to like to have favorite stuff. So I don't think I have a favorite book either.
Really? Not even a favorite genre of book, like romance
Genre,
or
maybe fantasy. I like
fantasy?
to be something more different, or maybe sci-fi,
Out.
fantasy.
Yeah.
If you could just, oh my gosh, esqueci a palavra. Como if you could mix those two genres in book, I mean, I appreciate it.
Yeah. I guess my favorite genre is also fantasy and uh, thriller, uh, with some kind of detective books, especially because my favorite book is Sherlock Holmes. So I do like this kind of books. But
I
I'm
think I
basically.
just read a book of this genre my entire life, and I really used to read a lot, but I didn't really read books of this one genre.
Yeah. I am basically living in it every book fandom, I guess. I am on the fandom of Twilight, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, all the fandoms of Tolkien, Narnia, uh, Sherlock Holmes, Agatha Christie, basically all the books. I read a lot. I guess my record of books is when I read almost 50 books a year, I guess. I used to read more at the past, but now I think I don't get time. The free time that I have, I just spend watching TV shows or just scrolling to through social media, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
read that much.
it's kind of sad because it used to be a thing that I liked it a lot, but I
Yes.
don't have free time and I don't have any more free time. So I just ended up not reading as much as I would like to. Kind of
I
sad.
am trying to get in this uh pace again of reading more books. I bought 10 books at the beginning of the year, I guess, and my birthday, and I still I still didn't finish all the books, and my birthday is basically on January, so I didn't read 10 books this year. But I have always a book beside my bed just to look at the book, and maybe at some time I would just pick the book and read 2 pages, 3 pages, and maybe to get used to, right, to read again.
Yeah, that's a good plan. I will try to do that in 2023.
So basically, the conversation that the student was having on the group chat is it's not it's looked like not a conversation. They were basically fighting over who was team Twilight and who was team Harry Potter, and it
Oh,
was
was
uh
a battle, a
yes,
fandom
was
battle.
basically a battle. Was
Oh,
basically a battle. But it's
but that's
maybe
nice. It's
yeah,
really
like
like,
basically I would try to bring that on the group chat because I know that not everyone can watch the live class. Uh,
mhm.
we used to have more students at the beginning of the course, and now we just usually I don't know, maybe 2, 3 people is in the live class. But I don't know. I was planning to do with you guys uh, maybe next week, not next week, but I will uh explain for you guys this plan that I'm having for you about the books that I gave you guys, especially because on vacation we kind of have more free time that the whole year. So I was planning to do with you guys, if you guys is up to, it's pick a book in English and read this book, and in the last class of the course, probably on March, we could just talk about the book. It's gonna be like a book club. So
oh,
I was planning to do that with you guys.
that would be nice. That
Probably.
would be nice. And even because we would have like some months to read the book. But the book would
Yes,
be in English, right? Oh,
yes,
just
in
a
English.
conversation. Okay. I don't think that I like a book, like a an entire book. And I didn't read an entire book all in English. I read like some small pieces, but not a book.
So
So it
I
would
was
be
planning
nice
of
to try.
yes, I can't say that I read a lot of book in English, but I guess one, 2 or 3. I know that I read Alice in Wonderland in English. I already read The Little Prince in English, and just one weird book about the bees. Um, it's not a famous book. Actually, I didn't even knew about this book. I just saw it at a library, and I decided to pick the book.
Hmm.
But I got this. Yes, it's just so the folder that I create for you guys, I was planning to fill with a lot of different books, small books and huge books, so you guys could choose one whatever book you want to read. and then we could just talk about the books and what you guys thought about the books, if you guys find it hard to read in English, this kind of stuff. It's going to be on our last class on March, because the the end of the course is on March.
It's a good idea. For me, it's a good idea. And even like as I said before, I didn't read a book all in English yet, so it would be a good experience. It would be good to
Yes,
try.
I don't think so. So basically it, we are almost at the end of the class. We just have 10 minutes. But basically this, I didn't plan anything else for you guys. So on are now, I don't know. If you guys have any questions, again, please let me know so I could plan the next class. If you guys don't have any question, I'm just going to go to the next topic that we need to study. But if you guys have any questions about the forms of future, I could just do the next class about the topic again, or maybe a new exercise list, what you guys prefer. Okay, so that's it. Bye guys, see you next week.